Atma Namaskaram. Siddha Vedam, the Moksha Sutram in English. Chapter 9, Part 3. The state of I came first, and after that the female, the sound, and hence the latter becomes the sister, being originated together. That is why Saraswati is said to be the sister of Brahma. Therefore, the states of Brahma and Saraswati are just as we have discussed now. This is the truth mentioned in the Vedas and Sastras. Without understanding the real principle of these, without understanding that such and such are wrong, without discriminating the justice and injustice, and without any shame, people in the world say anything like, I am the scholar, I must bear the degree of scholarship, etc., on getting pride and proud and are shouting. Therefore, the origin of Brahma and Saraswati is just like we have discussed. That is, the origination is from the mind. That mind is Vishnu. The world is originated from that Vishnu. That Vishnu, which is the mind, governs the universe. Therefore, Vishnu got the name Vishwambara. Vishwam means world. If there is no Vishnu, the mind, this world will not originate. Because when one sleeps, he has no world. When he awakes, mind, the Vishnu, comes out in the form of an egg. Then the world, the Vishwam, originates. That world is projecting out, as above said, as Pindanda, as the shape of egg. So all the states we hear, see, and know are what the Jiva Sakti in us finds reflected within the outside, which is the world, without getting severed from us, but projected out as Pindanda. The reason for all these is mind. That mind is the Vishnu, the Vishwambara. It is for this Vishnu, the Vishwambara, that there is the Rajoguna. The reason for that is one who governs Rajyam is called Raja, because the Raja have had all the governing authority of that Rajyam. Likewise, the Vishnu, the mind, is called Vishwambara as it governs the Vishwam. Then the Raja of the world, the Vishwam, is Vishnu, the mind. Therefore, whoever gets the governing authority, he is the Raja. Besides, if we look at the pictures drawn with the Sankalpa as Vishnu, as Shiva, etc., the Vishnu is found as Anantasayana, as one wearing the crown, as one decorated fully, being bedecked with ornaments like bracelet, pearl necklace, etc., and silk dresses, and as the most embodiment of Rajoguna, with consorts, namely Lakshmi and Shama, and courtiers like Tambura Narada, Veena Narada, Garuda, and others. Not only this, the crown is entitled to Raja. Hence, Rajoguna is the Vishnu. Moreover, you say Brahma as creator with Rajoguna. In a sense, it is correct. Vishnu, the Rajoguna, is the mind, which is Suklam. It is with the aid of Suklam that Brahma, the Ahamkara, creates. It is like this. We say, Rama cut the tree with an axe. Here, the axe can never become Rama. Axe is a thing of factor. So also, tree is another thing of factor. Rama only cut the thing of factor called the tree with the thing of factor called the axe. If there are no two such things or factors called the axe and the tree, there cannot be any function of cutting. In the same manner, Suklam, the Rajas called Vishnu, is a factor. It is with this factor that the creation is effected. If there is no Suklam, there is no creation. He who creates is Brahma, the Ahamkara. If there is no Ahamkara, there cannot be any sex connection. But having only the Ahamkara, but not the mind, then also there cannot be any sex connection. Due to the Suklam, the mind, Brahma, the Ahamkara, by the function of coitus, creates with the above said Suklam the Rajoguna. It is only an account of this. It is said that Brahma creates with the Rajoguna. So, Brahma is not Rajoguna but Tamoguna. Siva has neither Tamas nor Rajas, but he is purely Sattvaguna. He is drawn out as silent, serene, and contemplative, shorn of all decorations, bearing matted hair and Rudraksha, and his body besmeared with ash. This is indicative of Sattvaguna. This Sattvaguna is the Siva. This Siva is the Jiva. It is this Jiva that preserves us. That is why it is said that Vishnu is the preserver with Sattvaguna. If Vishnu, the mind, should preserve us, there must be the Jiva. It is with the help of Jiva that Vishnu, the mind, preserves. If there is no Jiva, there is no state of existence. From the mind, which is Rajoguna, the Bhutam called the Ahamkara comes out. The Jiva, which is attributive of Sattvaguna, preserves the said Bhutam. It is like this. By copulating with the aid of the mind, which is Rajas in quality, this body, which is the embodiment of Ahamkara, was created. This body is only preserved by the Jiva, the Sattvaguna. That is, due to copulation, the form, which is the Bhutam, the Ahamkara, is created by Suklam, the Rajoguna. That is the child brought forth. The child is dead, stillborn, if there is no Jiva, the Sattvaguna in it. We say that the child has life only when it has got the Vayu, the Jiva Sakti in it. Out of the Siva, which is the Sattva, the Vayu, the Jiva, originates the mind, the Rajoguna. Hence it is said that from Sattva originates the Rajas. It is that Rajas that preserves with the substance called Vayu, which is the vibration of Jiva, the Sattvaguna. That is why Vishnu is said to be the preserver with Sattvaguna. Siva is spoken of as the Samhara Rudra because of Tamoguna. In other words, Siva becomes the Samhara Rudra because of this Tamoguna. Siva is the substance, which is the Atman or soul, the Jiva, the Vayu, the Tejas within us. The Rukaram in the word Rudra is the Tejas, that is the Agni. That Agni destroys by fusing out. That is called the Rudra. So, since the substance, which is the Tejas, the Siva, is destroying by fusing out, it is called Rudra. The cause of this is ignorance, the Tamoguna. This ignorance is the Ahamkara. Due to this Ahamkara, people, without knowing themselves, become blind of desires due to the false considerations such as this must be got, that must be got, I am the superior person, I am the man of status, I am the man of honor, etc. And the substance, which is the Tejas, the Jiva, becomes Adogati by fusing out, and the people become dead. That is why it is said that Siva becomes the Rudra and carries out the Samhara. Besides this, there is no other Siva external to us that comes as Rudra and kills us. It is the substance being in us as Jiva, as Vayu, as Prakasa that gets destroyed by the thoughts of above said false considerations without knowing ourselves due to ahamkara. Further, there is idol worship in the world. While considering this, it is found that tamoguna becomes the Brahma, rajoguna the Vishnu, and sattvaguna the Siva. Because Brahma is not seen to be worshipped by anyone in the world, Vishnu and Siva are only being worshipped. If Rajoguna is Brahma, then surely Brahma must be worshipped. So, in the world, Tamoguna is not at all worshipped by anyone. Sattvaguna and Rajoguna are only worshipped. Because Rajoguna being the Raja, it is to be worshipped. Raja or king is the preserver, and therefore such a king is worshipped. Sattvam is the sannyasim or monk. They are those who are with Sattvam only, leaving the Rajas and Tamas. They are the teachers of the world, and they are worshipped by all people, including the Raja. Hence, generally, Sattvaguna and Rajoguna are only worshipped in the world. Those who behave as Tamoguna and Ragadveshi are not at all worshipped by anyone. It is according to this that the ways of worship in the world is based. That is, in the temple of Vishnu, how is the idol, which is considered as Vishnu, is worshipped?
The idol is washed clothed with pitambara or yellow grab, applied perfumes, bedecked with ornaments, fixed with crown, and then worshipped with flowers.
What are all these things?
They are decorations.
Which guna that decorations are said to be?
Rajoguna.
So, Vishnu is worshipped as what?
Rajoguna.
Then what is Rajoguna?
Vishnu.
How is the Sivalinga, the idol of Siva, is worshipped in Siva temples?
Abhisheka or oblation of liquid is more important for the idols in the temples at Kasi, Gokarnam, etc. Abhisheka is the most essential features in all times. Besides, in Gokarna, just at the top of the Sivalinga, a boat is hung filled with water which falls on the Sivalinga at all times in small drops. In most of the temples, a vessel filled with water is hung like this above Sivalinga. There is made one small hole under the vessel, and the water in the vessel is dropped always on the Sivalinga.
So, what is important for Sivalinga?
Abhisheka.
If, as above said, water falls on it on all times, can it be decorated?
No.
If it is given Abhisheka at all times, as stated above, will there be any dirt or impurity on it?
No.
To be free from impurity or dirt and be without any decoration is of what guna?
Sattvaguna.
Then, what guna is Siva?
Pure Sattvaguna.
Therefore, it becomes clear that Siva is Sattvaguna and Vishnu is Rajoguna. Brahma is the Ahamkara, the Tamoguna, originated from Rajoguna. So, in the world, Siva, the Sattvaguna, and Vishnu, the Rajoguna, are only worshipped. Brahma, the Tamoguna, is not worshipped. Without knowing what the gunas are and never thinking anything about them, and without knowing what they are doing, people say that Sattvaguna is Vishnu, Tamoguna is Siva, and Rajoguna is Brahma, and behave by shouting without any knowledge. It is wrong, but the truth is that Sattva is Jiva, and that is Siva. Rajas is the mind, originated from Jiva, the Sattva, and that is the Vishnu, and Tamas is the Ahamkara, originated from the mind, which is Rajas, and that is Brahma. These are the three Godhead, Trimurti. When these three gunas, which are the three Godhead Trimurti, Trinity, are united together and get merged at the Akasa, the place of origin, one becomes devoid of and beyond three gunas, that is moksha. Thank you. Atma Namaskaram. End of Chapter 9, Part 3. For those who are willing to get initiation of Siddha Vidya, please contact our Chennai Siddha Vidya Nilayam Trust Head Office at Tamil Nadu, India. The address details are Chennai Siddha Vidya Nilayam Trust, 69 Sivaprakasam Road, Sivanandapuram, Vadamadurai, via Periyapalayam. Postcode 601102. Contact phone number +91 9790 600015. Atma Namaskaram.